Okay, so we're going to talk about learning modalities and what that means to us as a person, as a teacher, as an instructor, um, and in your everyday life, right? My personal belief system, my experience have been people learn things in different way, and this has actually been scientifically proven also. Some people learn by watching, literally. Those are called visual people. Some people learn by hearing it. They're auditory, right? They actually hear it. Some people learn it by what's what we call kinesthetic, where you actually literally have to touch them. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. Did I tell you guys about this already?
Yeah.
So, and majorly those are the three ways of people learn. Now, what happens is some people go back and forth as adults, but children usually start with one, and they kind of move around different modalities. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a personal example first, all right? Let's say you and your girlfriend or your wife, your boyfriend or husband, whatever, right? For me and my wife, for Nina, let's say she happens to be a kinesthetic person, right? So I can go all day long, buy her flowers, right? Give it to her. At the end of the day, she goes, "Oh, you don't love me." I'm like, I just got you flowers. I just got you candy. I just got you chocolate. I just got you a gift. Or I can go all day long and say, "Honey, I love you. I love you, honey. I love you, honey. Remember, I love you. I love you." At the end of the night, she doesn't feel like I love her. Unless I hold her. Okay? Unless I literally have to, I rub her hands or rub her feet or I hold her and I tell her I love her, then she gets it. Now notice, if I didn't know that about her, right? And I was a visual person. I need to see things, which most men are in generally, right? You go out, you buy gifts, you do things, you do whatever. So what does she think? She thinks I don't love her because I'm not communicating with her in the right modality. Do you understand? So if the relationship is important to you, it's very important that you understand each other's modality. So if my wife if I'm happen to be visual, what can she do so I feel loved? Give me an example. Yes.
Give you things that you enjoy.
Exactly. She'll give me a gift. She'll give me a note. She'll do something for me that she shows me. Do you understand? Now, what happens if I was auditory?
She would tell you.
She would tell you that she loves you. She actually talks about it, and that's how you get it, right? But if you don't know that about the other person, imagine how a conflict would be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I usually do when I teach, I can't really do that in group classes as much. I mean, I do my best. But in private lessons, usually I can figure this out, what the student is. So if I need to teach someone how to do, let's say, a knife hand block, right? I want to teach them, I can go, okay, bring your hands up, please. Look at mine, like this. There you go. Bend your thumb. So you kind of bend your wrist. Try to keep it nice and straight and keep it up a little bit more. There you go. See, I showed him how to do it. Right? Sometimes I can go like this. Okay, bring your hands up, please. There you go. Bend your thumb. Turn your hand a little bit to the left. Keep your wrist straight. See, that would be more auditory. Right? There's some people are like, okay, so watch. You gotta kind of there you go. You gotta kind of turn that. There you go. Right? Now you get it. Because I can all day tell him what to do. But unless he's actually touched, he won't get it. Do you understand?
Sure.
Most people who are visual, when you ask them a question, they look up. Like you go, okay, do you know how to do basic form number 1? They go, basic form number 1. So when that happens, when they look up, that means they're trying to visualize it to see what it was. Or I ask my kids sometimes, okay, hey, what happened to the pen I gave you? The pen. So they're trying to visualize where it is, right? So that happens to be a visual person. So one of your homework is one of the things I want you guys to think about is figure out what modality you are. As far as learning martial arts first. Then you can apply it in different areas of your life. Your communication with your loved ones, with your friends and your boss and, whatever, right? Now remember, learning modality is good for pleasure and pain motivation too, right? But more importantly, it's important in understanding. You just understand the other person better. Okay? So do you understand the importance of learning modalities?
Yes, sir.
Right? What happens if you communicate with someone and you're auditory and they happen to be visual? Right? So this is going to help you next time you work with me or any of the instructors. If you're not getting something, say, as far as, can I see it done? Can you like show me how that means? Like you can, grappling per se. Grappling, you can say all day long, do this, do this, do this, but unless you do it for them, they'll feel it. They're like, oh, okay, that's what it means, right? Or joint lock techniques, when you do it to someone, unless you do it to them, people like, they don't get it. They don't think it hurts, So your homework for next week is figure out what your learning modality is and see if you can take one or two people and find out what their learning modality is. Okay? You can turn that off now.